Manipuri diaspora viewers. In our series of interviewing Manipuris working and living abroad, we have today with us Mr. Devas Bhattarai. Mr. Devas is from Kanatombi in Manipur, and right now he is in Toronto working. It's very fortunate for us to meet him when he in fact is stranded in Manipur because of the COVID problem. Welcome, Mr. Devas.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
I would like to know how come you were stranded here in Manipur?
So, according to my schedule or what I planned for vacation during the March 2020. I didn't know all this was going to come. This was unfortunate.
Nobody knew.
Nobody knew. So this was so unfortunate, and I had holiday from vacation planned for about 20 days. As soon as I landed here, the country went on total lockdown and everything was shut. I could not go back. So that was one reason why I've been here, and it's been 2 months. Finally, I got tickets to fly out of the country.
Oh, okay, lucky you. And so when are you traveling?
So I'll be flying tomorrow from here to New Delhi and then further to Brussels, then Toronto.
Very good, very good. So you're from Kanatombi, right?
Yes, I was born and brought up here in Manipur itself. My home is in Kanatombi.
Okay. How big is Kanatombi? Like,
Well, I came home after quite a few years. When I left in 2016, I hadn't really imagined Kanatombi would look like this by 2020. It's huge now.
Wow.
When you compare it, it's
Okay.
about Chiang now.
Okay.
It's
okay.
great.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's lovely to see. I mean, towns and villages
Yep.
growing, right?
That's right.
And especially your hometown.
That's correct.
Okay, it's developing. Okay. Very nice to hear about that. Can you tell me about yourself? What you're doing these days?
So I am working as a network engineer for Ingram Micro, which is a cloud computing company, or it deals in IT softwares plus hardware. My job is to architect or design a cloud computing mainframe for a company.
It's in Canada.
It is in Canada. I work in Toronto itself.
Oh, okay.
Toronto downtown. That's right.
Okay. How did you get the job? How did you go to Canada? Yeah. So in a brief story, how you reached
Okay.
Canada?
So I completed my graduation from North India. After I did my graduation, I got a job in New Delhi. I was working at the Terminal 3 International Airport, Indira Gandhi International Airport there.
Okay.
I worked there for about 2 years. While I was working there, I had my friends, previous classmates whom I did my graduation with, who were already there or who had been in Canada for a long time by then. They were working there, so we had quite a network through social medias and all that. So I was a little excited, I would say fascinated with their lifestyle or the way of living in first world country, I would say, like Canada, US, UK and Australia. And I thought, yeah, what if they have rich who were my classmates, I could do that too.
Okay.
And I started doing my own research, saying how do I do this? I reached out to them saying, okay, you need to let me know how you guys do it or how everything is working there. And we were in touch. We did all kinds of research, so to say. I had to give my language exam. Now, having said that, I was preparing to go to US in the beginning. Now, when I narrowed down, or when I cleared the exam, when I got offer letter from the university and everything, I narrowed down, and then I figured out that the initial cost is going to be so high, and it's very difficult
In
for
the US.
in the US.
Okay.
And it's going to be very difficult for us converting that Indian rupees into US dollars.
Okay.
By then, the exchange rate was about 67 for one
Okay.
US dollars. $1 equals 67.
Okay. Apart from the cost, is there any other reason why you landed in Canada? I mean, yes.
Well, Canada is, as we all know, it has world's best healthcare.
Healthcare.
Yep.
Okay.
That's free, of course. Now, you have been there, you know it. I want to let our viewers know that that's one of the best healthcare in the world. And currently with the COVID situation, with this pandemic, Canada is doing amazing.
Okay.
Now, just take an example of how US is doing. Just
Yeah,
right
yeah.
in the same
Things are
continent.
not very good
Yeah,
there.
things are not looking very good in US.
Yeah.
However, Canada got it under control. There are strict measures. Healthcare is like one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's one reason. Now, living standard is another one.
What do you mean?
Quality of living. There you go. That's something that amazed me. I used to follow quite a lot of Hollywood movies, series, and having seen Canada and all those, it influenced me. I was fascinated.
Okay.
And now, not only that, if you're looking for at the education point of view,
Yeah.
one of the best educations you can ever get. So yeah, we don't have MIT or Harvard universities there,
Mhm.
but we do have University of Toronto,
Yeah.
one of the best one in the entire continent. So
Right.
yeah, quality of education, living standard, what else? Healthcare, and a lot of things. I can barely talk. I can go on and
And
on.
people are nice.
People, one of the most polite people in the world. Like you talk to them, sorry and thank you. They will hold the door when you're walking to a
Right.
coffee shop. They will
Right.
say thank you, hello, hi. That's amazing. That we don't have that. I don't see that anywhere in the world.
And I would add that they don't have many people, and the country is so vast, and
Vast.
their resources are so vast.
That's
and they have a plan to welcome 400,000 people every year.
Yep,
right?
that's correct.
Yeah.
And
So,
it's multicultural.
multicultural.
You walk down to any say food plaza or food, so you'll see Chinese, you'll see Thai, you will see Mexican, you will see Arabian, you'll see Indian there. It's multicultural,
Okay.
and that's amazing. Now, out of every 10 people in Toronto,
Yeah.
6 or 7 are not Canadians. They were not born in Canada. They
Okay.
came from other countries. So that's why.
During your stay there, was there any such time when you faced discrimination of any kind?
Not as such. Now we don't have that. I rarely see anything happening like that
Okay.
because people there. We have a lot of Indians. We have a lot of Chinese, Filipinos, Europeans, Africans. Now it's already multicultural. It's so diverse. We don't have that. We don't see that.
Okay. What did you study in Canada?
I did postgraduate diploma there.
That was for 2 years?
That was for 2 years. That's right. I did networking engineering, so which is NSE, network system engineering.
Okay.
So I did NSE there, and right after that, I ended up working at a networking company, which is Verifone. It does provide the card swipe machines.
Yeah.
So those pin pads. So I worked for that. I moved on from that company to a different one right now. So I work as a cloud
So which
engineer.
is cloud engineering?
Yeah, cloud
right?
engineering or
Okay.
architecture.
Basically, you are an IT professional, right?
Yes, if you
How do
want
you
to put it that
describe,
way. Yeah.
how do you describe the IT job market in Canada?
So yes, IT's market there has boomed
Booming.
ever since the recession.
Okay.
So the recession during 2008-9 that happened in the US, which affected the global economy.
Mhm.
And right after that, tech giants like Amazon, Facebook, they moved on to countries like Canada.
Okay.
Now, when you have tech giants like this, there are jobs in IT, a lot of jobs,
Okay.
and the jobs are well paid.
Well paid. Okay.
So be it in a very entry level position
Mhm.
or be it in a system admin point, you have a lot of jobs there.
Okay. So I'm curious about, say, IT. India is also considered one of the leaders in IT industry, right? In terms of job availability,
Yeah.
How do you compare, say, working in India and then finding a job in Canada?
Yes, India is considered to be one of the biggest IT hub at this point, right? Bengaluru is one, which is the Silicon Valley here. Yes, when we compare the job market, there are talented people in India too, but they don't get well paid as even if you're doing the same kind of job there.
Or the pay cannot be compared
Pay
to
cannot
the
be
one,
compared, yes.
okay,
Because what happens here in India is there is a lot of workforce.
Okay.
There's a lot of workforce. We don't have that in Canada. We have more jobs here. We have more people for applying for that specific position.
Okay.
Now, yes, there are companies, U.S. companies, European companies, they have their outsourcing here. The business process outsourcing, BPO is what they call. They have it here in India. I mean, Gurgaon, Bangalore, Pune, right? Yes, people are working there. Now, if you were doing the same job with the same job duties, responsibilities, you would be paid way more in there.
Okay.
Because we got our labor union there, which is nice. You have a basic pay or a minimum wage pay scale, which we don't have it in India. Now that's where the difference is.
Okay, and they said that the salary comparison is 5 to 15 times
Yes.
more in Canada.
That's
So-
correct.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's a huge difference.
That's a huge difference. Okay.
That's
You went as a student, so how did you manage your financing?
Well, I would definitely give a tribute to my parents for my financing to start with.
Okay.
Now, besides that, while you work or while you're studying in Canada, you do have an option of working part-time job. Now, that part-time job has to come under 20 hours per week,
Yeah.
which is very easy to get. Now, you could be working at a coffee shop, you could be working, say, at a restaurant, you could be working, I mean, anywhere.
Yeah.
You would have a pay scale saying, oh, minimum wage. So what minimum wage is? Currently, even if you're working as a janitor, even if you're working as a barista, or even if you're working as a server at a restaurant, the government has to pay a minimum of $14 per hour in Ontario. So there's a dignity for job, right? So yeah,
That's what everybody does.
That's
right?
what everybody does.
The Canadian students also they do.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
grade
So
9, 10, 11, 12.
yeah.
All the kids.
So right
are-
after they graduate from high school,
Yeah.
they start working at McDonald's, maybe
Yeah.
pizza place.
Mhm.
So yeah, I did have an option of working part-time.
Okay.
And a part-time job helps a lot. It helps you pay your rent.
Okay.
If you are good and if you work out your budget, you may be able to pay half of your fees too. So
Okay.
it's not difficult. There's an opportunity and you can take it. Now that 20 hours is when you are a student. Now during summer vacation, winter vacation, you could work 40 hours a week.
Okay.
Now that is huge.
So can I take it that say going to Canada and then taking up the study there for brighter future is not only an option for the wealthy people, but say almost everybody can go there?
Yes, I would definitely say that there are universities providing for scholarships,
Yes.
wherein you have a rebate of some percentage of your fees. So yes, it's not about only well-to-do families are affording it.
Okay.
Yep, if you are working hard, if you get that scholarship, you could go there too.
Okay.
And it's easy. While you're studying, you do have an option to work, and while you're working, you do make a little more money. So it works both ways. So.
Did anybody help you when you plan your study in Canada?
Yes, I started with some of my friends. Yes, they did help, and I was able to get help from really professional consultants. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how they got me the student visa, wherein I could go there and study.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. And so, what is your future plan?
So right now, I don't know because future is something that's unseen. So I cannot say I'll be doing this. But whatever I have planned is right now I work for a company, right?
Okay.
So after I get that experience, after I get settled there,
You'll be asking for permanent resident visa?
oh yes, that's in the process. So I would be getting that in about a few more months because
Okay.
of I mean I could have
That's
had
very
that-
quick, right?
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, coming to that now, what happens is when you study there and you work, you do have an option to apply for the permanent residency there, which is the green card or OCI is what they call in US, right? So permanent PR is in Canada.
Yeah.
Yes, you do have an option, and it's very easy to get. Like if you have the.
In the case of the US,
Yeah.
it takes years.
It
right?
takes years with the current situation
Yeah.
and with the number of files that are in the process. 14 years is what they are expecting this
Okay.
month, 2020.
Okay.
14 years, sorry, 14 years.
Okay.
That's the process. And with during that 14 years, you have to be employed by a company sponsored by a company.
Okay.
So,
You will say you love your life in Canada.
yep, I love it.
There are Manipuri community. There is one association also.
Yes.
So, have you discovered that?
Yes, I have heard of MAC, MSC,
Yeah.
Um,
Manipuri Association of Canada.
of Canada, yes. I have been in touch with few of the members,
Okay.
like yourself there, Dr. Raj, and I have met your daughters and some of their friends. So yes, I have been in touch, and I'm looking forward to go during festivals.
Okay, okay, that's wonderful. And I think you should take a membership for the association.
I would look forward to
Yeah,
that.
okay, so finally, I think I would like to ask if you have any plan for, say, your folks back home.
Oh, back home.
Yeah, maybe not in the near future, but when you settle in Canada, much more resourceful and much more experience. So at that time, I mean, do you have any plan to give back?
Yes, now that you have brought that up, I was thinking about it. Was just last week that I was talking with one of my friends here. Yes, we have a limited resource here. We have very limited resource. Internet is a problem here. We don't have high speed internet and all that. However, down the line, maybe 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, I am planning to get something done here as an IT professional. When I have experience, I'm trying to set up or register a company there and outsource it, make people work, give it a few, say, few employees, start with 10, maybe 5, and then boom, maybe I'll get some programmers, some designers, build softwares, ask them to build software and deliver it to my clients in US and Canada. That's my plan. Now, having said that, I would have, I would be giving back to my community at one. I mean, if you look at it in one point of view, what I would also be doing is I'll be giving jobs. So
Exactly.
that's what I'm
That's
thinking.
wonderful. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. That's lovely. Okay, so I think you're traveling back tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, that's right.
Tomorrow, and then you'll be touching Europe.
Yes, so I'll be flying via Brussels, Brussels, Belgium, and then to Toronto,
Okay.
or maybe US, then Toronto, depends on what flight I have.
Okay, and I think you'll have to be home quarantine, right? After
Yes,
arrival?
that's the
For 14 days?
regulation from the Canadian government at this point. You have to be, or you have to quarantine yourself at home for 14
You
days.
have to, yeah.
14
yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for everybody's safety.
Be careful. The penalty is very big.
That's
It is,
huge.
right?
There's a
$750,000. So,
which I don't want to have at this moment. So yeah, the penalty is huge. Now, having said that, with the recent pandemic, I would say the COVID-19 situation, yes, it's on our end. We maintain our distance, like this distance,
yeah.
and it's self-awareness. That's what I
Yes,
believe.
exactly. Yeah, okay. I think I have to thank you very much for
Thank you, it's my pleasure.
coming down to the Overseas Point office. And it's very, very nice to meet you before your departure.
Thank you very much.
And we are fortunate, and we'll keep in touch. And I wish you a very safe and pleasant journey back.
Appreciate it. Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, and then a bright future for you, which is not a question, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you have a good life and then a very good career there. And let there be more students from here, because every year some 15,000 students go from Canada, from India to Canada.
That's correct.
And hardly one or two maybe from Manipur, and so we are not participating in
Yes.
that game.
That is what I was wondering too now, when if you have already spoken about it. If we have about 15,000 students going from Canada to, from India to Canada every year,
Yeah.
where are we lacking? What are we not doing that these guys from the north and west are doing?
Yeah. Number one, lack of awareness.
Correct.
And number two, lack of, say, service provider. That's in that thinking that we set up this office in Impal so that we can help those aspirant of going abroad. And now we have arrangements with Canada,
Yes.
US, and the UK, and then China. So under our arrangements, we have access to thousands of colleges and universities, right? And everything is done on the computer seamlessly,
Yeah.
and so we provide right from the stage of admission seeking to the visa stage. So that's what we are trying to provide, and then we have an excellent IELTS coaching center here, and we have produced brilliant results.
Well, that's amazing.
So, yeah, and then in future, not future, but we are already preparing for launching a very ambitious program on employability enhancement of our youths in Manipur.
Okay.
Yeah, so 5 lakh of them,
Well,
cohorts of 22,000 mature students every year, and so they need to say upgrade their skills so that they can enter the corporate world.
Corporate
So
world,
we're
yeah.
trying to give that thing.
that's a good startup. Yes.
Yes, and so we are aiming that at those kind of activities, and again, I'm very happy that we met here before
Thank you.
in person, and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.